the Beatles would have probably still been able to make Revolver on an iPad with GarageBand. It wouldn't have sounded as good because it's a much lower quality recording format than a Studer 4-track. I mean, that's the other thing too. You're talking about some of the most high fidelity equipment that's ever been made. So what we have now is much lower fidelity than, I remember when they did the remaster of Kind of Blue.
Yeah.
And they did it on some custom tape, and they found signal going up to like 56K coming off the tape heads.
Yeah.
And there's not a digital format except maybe DSD that won't brick wall. So I mean, I think that's a misconception that older technology is inferior. It's actually often superior, it's just not as flexible. And so you can't do as many things, but it's actually, yeah, from an objectively it's better. But subjectively you have to, the reason it doesn't work with a band that's not as good as the Beatles is just because it's not as good a band as the Beatles. I mean, like we hear horn sections that could play into one mic,
Yeah.
The Lettuce stuff I multi-track, but you could have put up one mic and captured them exactly the same way, and it would have been, those horn. I mean, those guys are an unbelievable section.
You could have convinced me that they were playing to a track. I heard them live.
Yeah.
The parts were dead on.
No, I mean, yeah.
On.
So there still is that quality of musicianship. It's just because of the technology, for better or for worse, you can make good professional sounding recordings of less skilled or practiced bands. Back then there was no option but sounding that good. If you didn't sound that good, you didn't get signed. Now you can get signed and not sound good. And we work harder.